The DJI Osmo action camera. I've had it for about a month now, and I'm officially switching back to the GoPro. And to be honest, I'm super bummed out. I thought this was gonna be my favorite new camera. Has the front screen, which is awesome. Has D-Cine-like profile, which I love. And just in general, there was a lot to like about this camera. I made a video about this camera where I first got it, and during my first look, I was super impressed. I thought this was the camera that was finally here to dethrone the GoPro. But last week, me and Morgan took Eleanor back to Cincinnati, Ohio, where I'm from, so that Eleanor could meet all of my extended family. And during that trip, instead of vlogging with my big camera the whole time, I thought I would bring this little guy, because, you know, it's so convenient. And with that front screen, I thought this was gonna be my perfect little vlogging camera. But I ran into 3 problems that have made me decide to switch back to this camera until they fix them. Actually, 2 problems. 2 real problems, and one that I'm just whining about because, all right, the number 1 problem is, it's the lag. It is unbearable. If you don't know what I mean when I say the lag, check this out. GoPro on, Osmo on. All right, check out these cameras next to each other. Look at the difference in screen latency between the 2. This is the GoPro, it moves quickly, and this is the Osmo. Huge lag. Like, what is that? What the heck? I mentioned this in my first video, but I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal. I was like, oh, there's some latency, but the front screen is still so useful that I will deal with the latency because of the front screen. Let me tell you, I was wrong. I'm the first to admit, I was wrong. That latency issue is so big. Now, if you're just somebody that mounts it to your helmet or maybe the chest mount, and you don't really look at the screen when you're out mountain biking or doing whatever you're doing, it's not that big of a deal. It's actually not a deal at all. But if you use the screen to frame your shot, especially if you're doing action sports, you can't, can't even do it now. But the whole thing that they really pitched hard with this camera is the front screen, which is awesome. And when I first got it, I saw it and I went, oh my gosh, having a front screen on an action camera is amazing if you're gonna use it for something like vlogging, where you're gonna look at yourself, you're gonna move the camera around, and you can see yourself. Amazing. The problem is, with latency, it becomes much less amazing. I'm holding the camera up and I'm looking around doing something, but it's like a quarter second behind. So if I'm just standing here like this, looking at the camera, talking to it, it kind of works, because it's just kind of helping me with general composition. So I know that I'm in frame, now I can look at the lens and continue talking. That kind of works. The problem is, if you're gonna move around with it, if you're gonna do anything like this or try to point to something, it's dang near impossible. It like breaks your brain because there's latency between what you're seeing and what you're doing. And to be fair, this only happens when rock steady, the stabilization, is turned on. But you kind of always want it on. That's the point of these new cameras. And again, the GoPro has hypersmooth, and there's 0 latency on the screen, at least compared to the Osmo. Look at that again. The difference. This is the GoPro this time. The GoPro, you look at this, focus. It's wherever it looks, it works. The Osmo, look, what? What is that? Unusable, unbearable if you care to actually use the screen. And it feels like that's a software update. I hope it's a software update. All right, problem number 2 that has me switching back to the GoPro is the front screen is great. Press the side button, it switches to the back screen. That's very great. I love that. I love that I can just push a button and now front screen. That's great. The problem is, I don't understand why the camera does this, but if I start recording while the back screen is on. And then I choose to switch to the front screen. So I just want to switch from playback here to playback here. It starts a new recording. And there's a big gap. It's not like chaptering. It's not like it just goes and starts a new recording. It stops for like a second and a half, switches screens, and then starts recording again. So check this out. So we're on the back screen. Now we're recording. I press the side button to switch to the front screen, and it asks me if I want to switch to the front screen and start a new recording. I say, okay. It switches, still hasn't started. Now it started recording. What the crap? Why? I don't understand that at all. I just want you to continue recording, continue the clip. Just switch where you play back what I'm recording. That doesn't seem tough. That also feels like a software update. I hope that those two things are both just software updates. And the reason this is a big deal is that if you're using the front screen to frame your shot this way and you're talking to camera and then all of a sudden something happens over there and you go, I'm blind now, my screen's on the front. What the crap? So then I decide I'm gonna flip it back. So I do that and look how long it takes to start a new recording. It just started. That's ridiculous. So those are my two major problems with the Osmo Action that really keep me from using it. I don't think I'm gonna grab this until they fix those. At least the lag. If you get rid of the lag and the screen thing is still happening, I might start using it again. But the lag is so painful. It seems minor, but when you're actually talking user experience, the lag is a huge deal. It's like it does something weird to your brain when what you're pointing at isn't what's on your screen. And then every time you move it, it catches up. You're like this and it's like, yeah, very weird. Okay, I know I said that there was 3 things that made me want to switch. This one's stupid. This is totally something I'm just whining about, but the SD card slot, it is like way in there. Look how, you can't see it even on that shot. It is super deep in there and I don't have fingernails. Like I feel like I have normal fingernails for a guy, but I cannot get this SD card out. Ow! Even if I push really hard. So I always have to either have another micro SD card that I can pop on top or bring my knife with me and give it like a little. Okay, now it's up, but look how barely up it is. How do you grab that? You have to bring tweezers with you to get, got it. To get the SD card out. And then when you want to put it back in, it's the same thing. My nails can't do it. I have to use my knife, push the SD card back in. I know that's super minor in the scheme of things. Maybe everyone at DJI has long fingernails. I do not, so. But the lag, it's all about the lag. Fix the lag, Osmo. What the crap? Hopefully, this is a super simple software update for the Osmo, and I can just hook this up to the app, download the software update, lag gone. That would be ideal. Also, the screen switching thing, I'd really appreciate it. That's just weird. I don't get it. I don't understand why it can't switch screens while recording one file. It's just weird. It's weird. All right, guys, short video for you this week, and next week there's gonna be 2 videos because do you see this pile that's forming back here? This whole pile is products that have been sent to me that I need to review. And I will, but I gotta play with them first. And as you can see, they're still in the box. If you have not already, subscribe, like, comment, do all the YouTubery things on here. And I'll see you next week. It's the lag. It's all about the lag. And the screen switch. What the heck? Let me switch screens. Stupid. Makes me so mad. DJI! Fix my Osmo Action!